Hey there, fellow parents. Today we are looking at the Ruvalino Diaper Bag, and at a €40 price point, does it live up to expectations in style, functionality, and convenience? Will getting this backpack make every outing with your little one a breeze? My wife and I have been using it for a little over 6 months, and having used it now living in a busy city as well as on a couple trips and a couple flights, I want to share our perspective on this backpack. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In case you're new here, my name is Mike. I'm a financial guy, a coach, a husband, and a dad based in the Netherlands. And on this channel, we explore the gadgets, strategies, and tools that help us make life a little easier, more enjoyable, and more productive. All right, so first things first, let's look at some of the main features of this backpack. What you get are 2 side holders with elastic bands to hold bottles or wipes. One side pocket has a nice little wipe access slit. You get a carrying pouch, an extra handle at the top of the backpack, and 2 hooks that allow you to easily attach the backpack onto a stroller, for example. You get 6 total compartments with zippers, 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 big. The front small pocket even has a little strap with a hook for your keys or anything else that you may want to hook on it. And the other small pocket is in the back of the backpack, which could be handy for some documents or sensitive items you want to keep close to your body. The front medium pocket zips open quite far and has a nice mesh compartment at the front, as well as 2 thermal insulated pockets to minimize temperature loss of your breast milk when you're on the go. And there's also some elastic straps in there to slot some spoons or pens in. The other medium pocket is just a horizontal zipper, and in there is just a big open empty pocket for you to just dump all your stuff in, which is dubbed by the product as the mommy pocket. The first large pocket is great. It zips up completely to the point that you can flap the entire backpack open and you just have easy access to everything. And in here you have a zipped up mesh pocket on the front, as well as 2 elastic pockets for you to slot anything that you want in there. Then the last big pocket is where you will find the foldable padded changing mat. This mat is 23 by 15 inches, otherwise 58 by 38 centimeters. It's included in the product and it is great. On top of that, in that big pocket, you also have 4 elastic side pockets, a small little zipper for a kind of hidden compartment, and enough space for you to dump or stack whatever you like in the middle. And to top it all off, this fabric of the backpack is essentially waterproof, and it's also extra durable fabric. We've taken it many places, no scratches, bruises, whatever to it yet. In a nutshell, it is a great backpack, and it makes compartmentalizing the stuff extremely easy because of all those different compartments. So, first things first, let's talk about some of the things that we specifically loved about this product. Now, one is just having a diaper bag in general, not necessarily this diaper bag, but just in general is definitely worth it. It has made things significantly more convenient knowing that when we head out, we just have to grab the bag and we have all essentials covered for our baby daughter when we're on the road. We have a basic list of essentials that we always keep stocked in this diaper bag, and having that list has been a real game changer when we're on the road. It's just another thing that requires less mental power whenever we head out, and as a new parent, anyone can tell you, from lack of sleep and just being stretched in all directions, anything you can do automatically without having to think about it or second guess yourself is just amazing. So, another thing that we loved about this backpack in particular is just the compartments. It really made organization very easy. The stretchable pockets were also great on the outside and on the inside. We use them mostly for diapers as well as spare outfits just to have them slotted in there. Kept them safe, easy to get to, you know where they are. The small little pocket is great for putting some adult stuff in. And then for sensitive travels, sometimes we use the small pocket in the back. Another thing that was awesome is the little carrying pouch. We used it a lot for storing extra pacifiers. It was great to just have a little stock in there. Last but not least, the included mat is also amazing. I mean, we've used it everywhere and it's just nice to have our own little mat for sanitation. You know, it's great that it's included. You don't need to buy it extra. Brilliant. I mean, in summary, like really organizing for travel was great. Knowing exactly where things are makes getting it out in a rush very easy. And that was particularly useful, especially for instance, when your baby kind of spits up on you in the middle of a flight. We initially bought this bag for the abundant compartmentalization options, and the thermal pockets for the breast milk also seemed extremely useful to us. But we quickly realized that we did not really need this many pockets for everything that we kept in there. I mean, maybe as time goes on and our baby gets older, we'll need to keep more stuff in there. But at this point, at 6 months old, we've walked around with a lot of empty compartments and more space than we really need. So sometimes finding the actual thing is a little bit tricky because we haven't found the optimal way to inventory the stuff yet very efficiently. We have a system, but when you're in a rush or when you're just not feeling at your best or at your sharpest, sometimes you just dump things in. And my wife seemed to follow the philosophy as she does with her big purse that has one pocket. Just dump everything in there and we'll figure it out later. So sometimes that's not ideal. That's more a user issue than it is a product issue, but just wanted to share my experience. Also, the thermal pockets, they are great in theory. However, we are using the Philips Avant bottles, and those are a very tight squeeze in there. And on top of that, we transitioned from breast to formula at about 3 months. So now those thermal pockets are basically completely useless for us. Like, we haven't used them since we made that switch. So something to consider. The first thing that disappointed me about this backpack is something that I was actually really looking forward to, which is the white pockets on the outside. You know, like, just for me, never having to go into the backpack and just being able to reach into the slit and whipping out a wet wipe and wiping down whatever needs to be wiped down seemed amazing to me. However, the wet wipe packages that we use, Pampers Aqua and the Pampers Sensitive, both have dimensions where the wet wipe slit, where they come out, does not line up with the slit on the backpack. So it makes the feature just frustrating. So that kind of sucked. The other thing that annoyed us is just the width of the backpack. And the reason why is because the way it is set up, the way it is designed, is that all the things kind of just fold to the bottom. So if you have things in it, it just gets quite bulky. And being bulky is mostly not a big deal. However, we have a stroller with a bassinet, and under there, I would say there's a good enough amount of clearance. It's big enough, but not big enough for this backpack. So getting this backpack in and out of that stroller section was a bit of a pain. And usually I would say that's not really a big issue. The only times it really frustrated me was when our daughter was in the bassinet sleeping and we wanted to get something out of the backpack. Because then you're shaking you're shaking the bassinet as you're trying to get the backpack out. And every single time I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna wake her up. And you're just trying to pull it out. Not a fun experience. And then when she does inevitably wake up, which happens not every time, but often, and starts crying, then you're just like, this freaking backpack. The last thing that was disappointing is the mesh pocket in the front compartment of the bag. Like, I initially thought it would be a great place to just throw all the pharmaceutical things in, because then you can just open it up and you see the stuff and you can easily get to the stuff that you need. But since it's such a big mesh pocket, like, everything just folds to the bottom of it and it all bundles up down there together. And in the end, you can really barely see what's in there. And it's just a fumbled mess, and you just start taking everything out till you finally get to what you need to get to. So it's just, ideal in theory, not really ideal in practice. Ultimately, a diaper bag is a great thing, and I definitely don't regret getting this one. This backpack has been awesome and has come in clutch more often than not. But it has not completely blown us away either. But I mean, for $40, it's a great option. Like, for the value for the money, I think it's almost a no-brainer. If you're curious about how we stock it, check out my video here. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out. Leave a like for Mike. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.